Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust, I get fairy dust, little Amelie gets fairy dust, and it's time to talk about being codependent as fuck. Okay, so we are on the chapter called Remove the Victim, which is chapter 8, and I want to read a little bit from page 88, where she describes another rescue. If you're not familiar with the term rescue, go back a few videos to where I start talking about the Karpman's drama triangle. That'll be very helpful for this because we're probably going to talk about it here too. But so here's another illustration of a rescue. One summer, a friend wanted to take me to an apple farm. Originally, I wanted to go and we set a date, but by that time, I was extremely busy. I called her, and instead of telling her I didn't want to go, I asked to postpone it. I felt guilty and responsible for her feelings. Another rescue on the way. I couldn't disappoint her because I thought she couldn't handle or be responsible for her feelings. I couldn't tell her the truth because I thought she might be angry with me. More emotional responsibility on the part of Melody Beatty, as if someone else's anger is my business. The next weekend rolled around and I squeezed the trip into my even busier schedule. I didn't even need any apples. I had 2 drawers in my refrigerator crammed with apples. Before I stopped my car in front of her house, I had already switched into the persecuting role. Okay, so she was rescuing. Yes, I'll go, even though she doesn't want to go. And she's not following her inner guidance, which I think that's something that codependents like myself, it can be a way out of the drama triangle. It can be a way out is trust my inner guidance a little bit more. That takes practice, slowly, but her inner guidance right here was telling her, like, I don't want to go, like, this is not going to go well, I'm too busy, I'm overwhelmed, I don't even need fucking apples. Okay, so when we arrived at the orchard, began tasting and looking at apples, it became apparent that neither of us was enjoying ourselves. A few minutes, my friend turned to me, I don't really want any apples. Same. I bought some last week. I only came because I thought you wanted to and I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Okay. So that's how it always will go. If we do not follow our inner guidance is saying, this is not the best. This is not the best for her or for me. This is not the best. And so she pushed it down. She pushed it down. The other one pushed it down. I just wonder how many lunches, coffees, etc., are 2 people that actually don't want to be there anymore because the plan they made, it seemed right at the time. But then when it comes to fruition, not so much. I always like to talk about flexibility with my friends, and, just trust that we'll do what we need to do. And the more that we're in a friendship, the more that trust can be relied upon. But I wanted to tell you something that I live by, a tool that I live by, which would be 100% appropriate in this situation. Okay. So, I can't remember the author. It was a 90s book, all the self-help books in the 90s. It may have been Shakti Gawain. It may have been one of her books. I think it was. Oh, okay. Which is a little woo-woo, to be fair. But I find it to be a very powerful psychological tool that I use. And it also engenders that trust I was talking about, inner trust that this isn't what I should be doing anymore. Okay, here's the example. Here's the tool. If something isn't in my highest good, rewind. If something is in my highest good, if my inner guidance is telling me to do something, by definition, it is also in your highest good, best interest, even if you don't agree. Okay, so in this case, she was like, I'm too busy, I'm overwhelmed. She could feel that feeling of like, and then immediate dread, like, oh no, I have to tell her, and oh, forget it, it's too hard, I won't do it. So she's pushing down her inner guidance. She's like, no, not gonna listen, not gonna listen. In this case proves my tool works, because it was also, if she had followed her own inner guidance, the other person also needed her to follow her guidance too. It wasn't best for Melody Beatty to go on this Apple trip, and it wasn't best for the friend to go on the Apple trip. And so her inner guidance was telling her something was in her highest good. Her inner guidance was saying, this isn't right. I need to make another decision. This information that I'm, have now, I have to make a different decision. I can't go. If she had done that, it would have also been in the other person's highest good as well. Now, here's the tricky part, even if they don't agree. So you know how holidays are loaded, or some situation is loaded, and we think in April, oh, we should do that for Christmas. Oh, we should do that for the holidays. Like, that sounds great. Oh my God, that's so fun. And then the holidays come, and the pandemic, and the new variant, and shit happened, and I'm overwhelmed, and I didn't think about, oh, I have other shit going on during that time. Like, I didn't really think about it, and now I'm there. And so, but the person's still excited for me to come. And I realized, oh shit, I can't do it. I'm just not in the place, because I know if I go, will be a shit show. Their version of the shit show was they're in a fucking apple orchard and both of them are miserable. That is the consequence of, and in this case, let's just pay attention to Melody Beatty's, because it was her inner guidance. And yeah, so I could say, okay, I can't come from this holiday. I can't, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, blah, blah, blah. I can know that it is also in that other person's highest good as well, because I will be miserable and I will be passive aggressive. And I would have, by definition, been in Cartman's drama triangle, because I would be going to rescue. I would be going to make nice. I would be going to not disappoint. All those things, making nice, sucking it up, dealing with it, just get through it. Like, all of that is rescue, because we don't have to get through something that we actually want to do. Like, that's not a thing. We only have to get through shit that we don't want to do. And so if we go to something that we don't want to go to, it's not going to go well. Get ready for the explosion, because we're going to be mad every step of I'm going to be mad packing. I'm going to be mad driving to the airport. I'm going to be mad on the plane. I'm going to be mad when I get there. And not just mad that I did it, but mad at myself for not listening to myself. And then of course we're going to get it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if I'm miserable in all those steps, if I'm miserable when I pack, I'm going to be miserable when I unpack. And then it's like, I might become impatient or irritable, and now I'm in a fight with the person that I'm traveling with. So it becomes a shit show. But it's really hard. You said you would come. I haven't seen you in so long. I need you to go with me. Blah, 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 blah. And it's really hard to hold a boundary, even though it isn't also her highest good. Like, the bitch doesn't know that I'm going to be a fucking nightmare. She doesn't know. So I have to be the grown-up, hop off the Cartman's triangle, stop rescuing, it disappears when I do my advanced personal growth work. And I am so sorry. And it's totally my fault. I will do a real apology, which you can read about in my book. There's a link in the description below. The real apology is, I'm sorry. This is my fault. It's totally my fault. I misjudged. I should have couched it in the pandemic, you know, if anything else happens with the pandemic, it's my fault. It's totally my fault. And no excuses, no excuses. Just it's my fault. I own this. And then 3, how can I make it up to you? Can I come in the spring? Would you like to come here? Like whatever, like you make it up to the person. And if they're not down for that, if they want to keep the drama triangle and turn into the persecutor, that's on them. I'm not interested. Like, I'm so sorry. And then it makes me think even more, I'm so glad I didn't fucking go, because that's what it would have been like. So the tool again. If my inner guidance says something is best for me, then and I don't mean here, I mean my inner guidance, like, oh, I know, should I take this job? Should I take, my inner guidance is saying I can't take this job, like whatever. Let's say there's a job that comes along that pays really well and you want to support your family in a better way, but your gut is telling you this is not going to go well. This isn't going to go well. That's actually in the best interest of your family. But so you don't take it, because they don't want to watch you have to sell your soul. Like, that's not good examples for them, just because they could have a new game system or something like that. Like, that's not what we're trying to do. So the tool, if something is in my highest good, then by definition, it is also in the other person's best good, highest good, even if they don't agree. I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye.